everyone. Welcome to this session of Class 6 Mathematics, and I am your Anu from MathSchool.1. Last class we have been seeing the chapter 4, that is basic geometrical ideas, and I have been showing you some lines, curves and polygons too. We have also read about the line segments in polygons and some about the opposite and adjacent sides, vertices, diagonals and some types of polygons too. In this class, we'll be seeing a special kind of curve, that is circles. Come, let's get started. So today's topic is about circles. And we know circle is a simple closed curve because it doesn't have any crossings in between, no cross cuts, no crossing of lines or curves in between, isn't it? So circle has got a center in the interior part of the circle. We know center is always in the interior region of the circle. Okay, now an interesting fact about the circle is even this can be drawn with the help of line segments too. Isn't it interesting? Yes. So let's try. If I draw a triangle like this with one of the vertices at the center. Now I keep on drawing triangles as narrow as possible. Sorry, I'm not using scale, so it is not straight. You can try it on your own by drawing as much narrower triangles as possible, and when you start triangles adjacent to another like this, then when you keep on reducing the size of the base, the length of the base of the triangle, and in a way that you won't be able to distinguish it as a line segment or a curve. So at some part the curve and the line segment becomes the same when you look at it. So when you draw as much triangles as possible, narrow triangle as possible, and keeping it adjacent to each other, you will definitely get a circle like this. So isn't it interesting? So we'll be able to draw a circle even with line segments. But circle comes under simple closed curve, which we are going to see about in detail. So circles have center point O, and in our earlier classes we have seen we'll be taking some measurements, some length, some 5 centimeter or 6 centimeter in your compass. Keep the needle at some point in the center O, marked as O, and you draw a circle with the measurement. So what is that measurement? That the minimum measurement you need, minimum information you need to draw a circle is its radius. The length from the center to any point on the circle is called radius. So OA is called the radius of the circle. So at any point we can draw circle. OB is also a circle, OC is also a circle, OD is also a circle, and OE is also a circle. Okay, do you understand? So radius is the distance from the center to any point on the circle. Now I'll draw BF, a line which touches 2 points on the circle, a line segment which has its ends on the circle, B and F. So what is this line called? Actually from center to any point is called radius, and this BF is called the chord of the circle. You understand? This is called the chord of the circle. Now what is this part of the circle adjacent to the chord, given chord? See, I have darkened it. The part of the circle, this is called BF, and this is denoted as BF, and this is called the arc of the circle. Upon it an arc is drawn, so this is called an arc of the circle. So before getting more into the arc of the circle, I need to tell you one important thing about the chord. See, as and when you move towards the center, the length of the chord increases. As and when we move up, away from the center, the length of the chord decreases. This resembles just like the latitudes drawn around the earth, isn't it? So the chord which passes through just passes through the center of the circle is called the diameter, and that is the longest chord of the circle. So which is the longest chord of the circle? The chord which passes through the center of the circle, that is EA, is the diameter, and that diameter consists of two radius. See, OA and OE are radius, isn't it? So that is 2 times the radius. Okay. So now after knowing what is radius and what is diameter, we can find the length of the circle. That is, when a person goes round the circle, what is the distance covered by him? So that is called the circumference. This is similar to what we read or what we have learned as perimeter of polygons. In a square there are 4 sides, equal sides, so 4 into side is perimeter. Just like that, this is called circumference, and this is measured as 2 pi r. R is radius. What is pi? Pi is a constant, 22/7 into r units. This is just units because it is length. So units. So you multiply 2 into 22 into radius of the circle divided by 7 will give you the circumference. That is the distance covered when you go around circle once. Okay, that is called circumference of the circle. So this is about radius and diameter. Now, next thing is, we have now read about the chord, isn't it? We'll now extend our knowledge. See, this is O, and I have drawn B, C chord, A radius. Okay. Now I told you this is the arc, isn't it? BC is the arc. BC is the arc. Now this is a smaller part of the circle, and the rest of the part of the circle is bigger, isn't it? So this arc, this BC arc is called the minor arc, and the rest of the circle is called the major arc. That you need to remember. Okay, the length of the arc is smaller in the minor arc. Now, what is the area enclosed between the chord and the minor arc? See, BC is the chord, and the area enclosed by the chord and the arc, this is called the minor segment of the circle. You understand? This is called the segment. The area enclosed by the chord and the arc is called the segment, and this is the minor segment, and the rest of the area is called the major segment. What is it called? Major segment. With the chord BC, with the major arc, it is called major segment. You understand? So minor segment and major segment. Now the next term is, see, we have a circle like this, center O, and I told you as many radius as possible we can draw with ends on the circle and center as one of the points, isn't it? Now here AB is also arc, an arc, isn't it? So now what is the area enclosed between the two radius and the arc? Okay, the two radius and the arc, the area enclosed inside, this is called a sector. Sector of the circle, okay? And we also know if two lines meet, or if two rays or two lines meet at a common point, then it forms an angle between them, isn't it? So the sector has an angle in between at the center, and that is why it is called the central angle. Okay, the total angle is 360, and the angle made by two lines, that is the two radius along with the arc by the sector, is called the central angle. We understand? So now we have read about segment, sector, and the central angle. Now the next thing we'll see is, see here you have a circle, and this is center. You have some point A, and I draw a line passing through the point A. Okay, there is a line passing through just A on the circle. A is on the circle, and the line passes through just that point, or we can say a line which passes through only one point on the circle is called the tangent of the circle. What is it called? It is called the tangent of the circle. Okay, and the radius or the line from the center drawn to that tangent will always be perpendicular. Remember, it will always be perpendicular. And a line which touches circle at 2 points. This is 1 point, it is called as tangent. When it passes through 2 points on the circle, then that is called a secant. Do you understand? It is called secant of the circle. Now, this is the diameter, we know AB is the diameter, isn't it? Diameter splits circle into 2 halves. And you take some points on the circle E, F and G. Now, join the ends of the diameter with all the points. Okay, I've joined all the points, the ends of the diameter with all the points. Now see the angle formed by those lines with the points. It is always 90 degree. It's a right angle. So what does it mean? The angle made in a semicircle, that is the diameter of the end points joined with the point. See A to G, B to G. So that will make a right angle. So always an angle in a semicircle is always a right angle. It always makes a angle of 90 degree, that you should remember. So these are some points in circle which we have learnt today about circumference, segment, sector, central angle, tangent, secant and angle in a semicircle is 90 degrees. Okay, so with this we end the chapter basic geometrical ideas, and in the coming classes we will see some problems or some questions regarding basic geometrical ideas so that we will be able to understand more clearly. Until then, it's bye from Anu for Mathschool.1. Thank you.